Too little, too late. Wow.
Nailed it. Hello and welcome back to Bookend Gaming.
Did you forget?
No, I paused for dramatic effect.
Oh, okay.
I'm Eric.
I'm Travis.
And we're gonna go find Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Let's punch her.
Okay.
Let's go yell at her for burning the laundry.
Right, just have Zion yell at her and then she'll feel bad.
Yeah, just put Zion in charge.
Yeah. She's clearly the voice of reason.
Yeah. Without even looking, Zion shushes me with a finger against her lips. Gently, ever so gently, she strokes the hapless rabbit. Soon its shaking stops and it settles down. She snaps its neck.
She's got healing powers.
After a minute or two, it even leans its head against Zion's hand as if asking for more pets.
She's a beastmaster.
That's when Zion stands up and the bunny hops off into the forest, seeming relieved.
I know where Yellowstone is now. I talked to the rabbit.
Oh my god, she did.
The rabbit saw her in a clearing not too far away from here.
You can talk to animals?
Oh my god.
Don't be silly, Miss Eve. Animals can't talk.
I'm just crazy. I exchange a glance with Yosemite. But she huffs it. I don't want to play anymore. And looks away. At this point, I'm just along for the ride, wherever it takes me. Zion sets off into the forest, seeming like she knows where she's going. She mostly goes on foot, but occasionally lifts herself into the air to avoid forest debris.
I mean, just fly all the time.
Yeah, she's cheating. After a bit, there's a rustling sound ahead, not too far from where Zion is.
Aww.
Oh, I forgive her. Yosemite aims her flashlight beam right onto Yellowstone's tear-stained face. No, don't look at me. A couple sad wisps of smoke rise from her volcano, looking more like cobwebs than anything. The glow and the heat from before are gone. Yellowstone's eyes are puffy from crying, and the sleeves of her hoodie are stained with snot and tears.
Yellowstone, it's just us. We were super worried about you.
Zion takes a few steps into the clearing.
At least I was. These girls kind of suck.
Maybe me and you could just hang out. Don't come any closer. I screwed up real bad this time.
We all have to buy a new wardrobe.
Yellowstone starts to sob, choking out the words between gutted breaths. I'm sorry I'm so useless. I can't do anything right. Everyone's so smart and nice and responsible, and I'm none of that stuff. I'm just a stupid crybaby who can't even do chores without screwing it all up. None of y'all should have put up with me, and I know right in the pit of my gut that you all would be so much happier if I just wasn't around.
Oh god.
I'm sorry you had to find me way back when. I'm sorry for being no good.
She's in the same pose that Sayori was in one of her CGs in DDLC.
Oh no!
When she drops her juice box. I don't think we got that part, but yeah, it's like the exact same look.
Yeah.
Don't you dare say that about yourself.
She hurries over to her friend, wrapping her arms around Yellowstone, who kneels down closer to the ground. They embrace each other, Yellowstone's sobs coming hard and fast.
Hug.
But I burned the laundry.
Shut your mouth.
My favorite pair of pants were in there. The laundry. I almost forgot in all the panic. But they were in her head when she went and exploded. I hope mine wasn't another load.
It wasn't. Who cares about those old clothes? I was afraid that I wouldn't get to say thank you for all the nice things you do for us.
Too little, too late. Wow.
Nailed it.
That just makes Yellowstone cry even harder. She doesn't even try to talk. She just cries and cries, soaking Zion's shoulder. Not that Zion seems to mind.
Oh no, part of Zion just flooded.
I feed on your tears. Yosemite and I maintain our distance. She's quieter, but I think she might be sobbing harder than Yellowstone, her chest heaving up and down as she tries to stay quiet.
Hot.
I scoot a little closer to her and pat Yosemite's shoulder. The shaking has completely stopped. For now, the world is still and quiet. I look above the trees into the sky. Between the branches, it looks like a portal into the stars.
Oh my god, it is!
Would you look at that? It's a clear night.
We beat it! That's the end.
Is that the end?
Really?
Oh,
I was going to say, they have to...
The next day.
Oh god. Reprimands, write-ups.
Was she British? I thought she was just bubbly.
No, I don't know. Trial duty. You'll be helping Simmons clean up so much trash that the plastic is going to biodegrade before you're done.
I flinch away from the headset as Jesse continues to squawk out new additions to the growing list of punishments I'll be receiving. With all due respect, ma'am, if I've proven my incompetence at taking out the trash, then maybe that isn't the best course of action.
Clean the bathrooms!
My voice stiffens. I sound like the verbalization of a 2x4, but if I appeal to Jesse's paramilitary side, I might be able to get out of this. She pauses, nothing but static coming from the other line. Maybe I'll actually be able to pull this off.
Cute. Let's see if you can keep all the blah, blah, blah. Let's see if you can keep up that charm when dealing with the field trip group tomorrow. Are there any other holes you want to dig?
Just yours. Not really. Yikes. Jessie doesn't just lay down the law. She is the law. I am the law.
I am the Senate.
We went two different movies there. Still, it's not like I can actually explain myself. What would I say? Sorry I neglected my duties and left the government's truck in the middle of nowhere, but Yellowstone the girl took me to Yellowstone the park? May as well trade my badge for a straitjacket at that point.
Oh my god, you too?
That happened to me last year. Groaning, Jessie fakes a cry that sounds just a little too real.
Why do always make my job so much harder, Eve?
It's supposed to be you, I believe.
Is it fun? I remember when I used to have fun.
Oh boy, I really did it this time. Look, I'm really sorry, Jessie. Something came up and I had to, I coughed because there's no way I can say this with a straight face and it won't sound bad.
Feminine problems.
Hitch a ride back and take care of it. God, it sounds even worse out loud.
Oh, the walk of shame. I understand. Take the truck then. I had to send Ernie to go get it. Now I'm down a man and there's 24 completely full trash cans in high occupancy areas. As if I don't already have enough on my hands with all of this Yellowstone business. Do you know how many locals called me about the earthquakes?
Why are they calling you?
I don't know. Is it close?
No. Please tell me it was just one lone idiot.
Is the Parks Department one giant group?
I mean, it is technically, but why would they? Unless it's people around here calling them to be like, hey, did anything happen there? Or
try 42 today.
Someone give this poor woman a break. Whatever she makes is not enough.
I know! It's like, hello, this isn't even the right park. And even if it were, I don't have any information that's not on the news. And I don't think my degree in criminal justice qualifies me to try and gather more.
Oh, big surprise. You find an excuse to mention your degree in criminal justice.
Yeah. I'm at the end of my rope and it's starting to look more and more like a noose.
For the past 12 hours, the news cycle has been ablaze with reports of volcanic activity centered in Yellowstone National Park.
Now it's a noose.
Several earthquakes, one of which was a 7.2 on the Richter scale, have also been reported.
Now it's hanging itself from the ceiling.
Oh god, it's coming right for me. All the scientist types have been up in arms. Young guys with messy hair on talk shows huffing and puffing about how catastrophic this could be. Call it a hunch, but I think it's all going to die down in a few days.
I am literally dead right now.
Well, it sounds like you have your work cut out for you. Give me a call if you need a hand. I'm not good for much, but maybe I can help you manage the chaos.
Aw, Eve.
In my head, I can clearly see her bring her hand to her chest in appreciation.
I'll live another day. I always knew you were good. You just need a push in the right direction.
That's me, Eve the Good Ranger.
That's your title now. Congratulations. Well, Eve the Good Ranger, don't think your newfound kindness means you're off the hook.
Her voice gets quieter, but she sounds closer than ever, as if her lips are brushing against the mic.
Not by a long shot.
Static.
Over and out.
More static. I set aside the mic and headset. An ominous sense of dread washes over me as I drag myself over to my spot at
and
the
another thing. Trouble in Paradise.
Yosemite peers over her book. I flop down on my chair and glance over at Yellowstone, who's busy working away at the sink. Nothing worth opening wounds over. Sunlight bursts through the window, the flimsy curtain doing little to inhibit it. It drapes itself like a lazy cat across the table, warming the pages on my hand. I pick up my pen. It in my grasp over Teddy, one page already half full with words. Okay.
Teddy was her journal.
Yeah, I pick up my pen in my... Okay. I pause, staring out the window as I try to think of what to write next. Yosemite alternates between sipping her tea and writing a few words at a time. She catches me staring once, but rather than a challenge or an insult, she just nods in acknowledgement. An unspoken truce between us. Not far away, Pup and Zion sit beside each other on the floor. Pup wolfs down a bowl hat of the finest puppy chow, his long tongue assaulting every single speck of food.
Oh God, Purina.
Zion balances her bowl of oatmeal on her knee, a generous portion of raisins decorating its surface. She tries, unsuccessfully, to feed one to Pup.
I don't want that shit.
That's not coyote food either, is it? Yellowstone glances over from the hot stove where she's cooking, and Zion looks up, a raisin stuck to her finger.
Coyote food?
Yep, weren't you just saying the other day that he shouldn't have any people food? Zion frowns for a second, then smiles wide.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Ha! Sorry, boy, I shouldn't have teased you with this.
The raisin on her finger rejoins the rest of its kind. Pup seems wholly indifferent. He's finished his meal and is pushing his bowl around on the floor as he tries to slurp up every last morsel.
I'm alright.
Yellowstone smiles to herself as she stirs the eggs and flips the pancakes, not sure that anyone else sees. As she cooks, she occasionally darts away from the stovetop to place an errant book on the shelf, or to wipe down the stains left behind by my coffee mug. She rinses out the percolator and deposits it in the sink.
God.
Then with
down.
the same motion, she deftly slides a perfectly round pancake onto a plate. She repeats the process several more times before carrying that's distracting me.
Yeah, right?
Steaming plates to the table. Bon appetit! It's the thought that counts.
She's like, she waits for you. She's like, you gotta say thank you.
Yeah. Poke. Like there's a slight rumble. She slides one of the plates in front of me. It's laden with fluffy scrambled eggs and equally fluffy pancakes.
She puts up a poster. Have you thanked Yellowstone today?
This looks great, as always. Yellowstone beams in response. Then she swoops over to the other side of the table, proudly delivering Yosemite's breakfast a safe distance away from the open book. Yosemite slides that away as she picks up her fork.
Thanks.
Yellowstone's hand freezes just inches above the tabletop. I also set down the bite of food I was about to take, staring at Yosemite.
What?
She hurriedly chews and swallows her first bite of food, looking from me to Yellowstone and back again. Two big old tears swim in Yellowstone's eyes, tears of joy. Don't mention it. I can't believe my ears. She knows how to say the T word after all.
Tits.
Yosemite glares at me, but it's not as sharp as usual. After all, she knows she can't really deny it in this case, so she just rolls her eyes, sheathing the daggers in them, and goes back to her breakfast. Are we at time?
Almost.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if we should just like continue or
Just
if we're at a thing.
We could probably get... I feel like we're at the end, but we could probably get another episode because it's got the thingy at the end.
It's got the feels.
Like the...
Yeah, the fireside chat.
Yeah, so that we
Okay.
can stop and we'll do one more.
Righty.
Oh man, seems like everything's okay now. That was quick. Everything's fine.